Are you ready for the queen of Facebook and social media goddess of every social media network you could think of? We're going to talk with Mari Smith in just a moment. Stay tuned. Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in tonight. I am Carissa Dunphy, the host of the show, Small Businesses Do It Better. This is episode 52 of the Small Businesses Do It Better show, 53, excuse me. And this show is brought to you by the UPS store. Every day, where do I see the independent spirit of our country was founded on? In small business owners. We rely on them and they rely on the UPS store. From packing and shipping to professional printing to mailbox services, small business owners get help from the UPS store. But perhaps the best thing they get is the feeling that they're not alone out there. And even for those with a strong independent streak, that's a rather reassuring feeling. We love small businesses. We love logistics. To find a location near you, visit theupsstore.com. And by Ovaleye TV. Ovaleye TV hosts and produces live video events built to meet your objective. Visit ovaleye.tv to request a free 30-minute consultation today to find out more about going live with your brand. So thanks everyone again for joining us tonight. I'm very excited to talk with Mari, and she will join us in just a moment. I want to quickly give a couple of shout outs to people who were so kind this weekend to give us our show ratings on iTunes. The Small Businesses Do It Better show this weekend reached number 2 in iTunes in the marketing and management video podcasts, which is insane. And it's all because of all of our viewers out there, everybody who watches and leaves ratings. So thank you so much. Here's a couple reviews I want to mention, people. We have Sneaky Heathen, thank you. Roberto Torres, DG Design and Print, and Kickstart Kitchen, Joseph Calbera, Fuzzy Cover, Michelle Staley, and Qubits.com. So thank you all for watching, for leaving your reviews. It really does make a difference. And for those of you who are watching or listening now, you can leave us a review or a rating at our iTunes page, which is bit.ly/SBDIB iTunes, or where you're watching now, there's a link for you to rate. So please do that. But I do want to get talking to Mari because we're very excited to have her on the show tonight. So welcome, Mari, to the show. Thank you so much for joining me.
Hey, Carissa. Hello and greetings.
Thanks for having
me on.
Thank you for joining us. You are everywhere these days.
Indeed.
Okay,
I've managed to clone myself.
Start out by telling us a little bit about yourself and the empire that you've built to what it is today.
Well, thank you. Gosh, well, if people haven't heard me speak before, they know one of the first things they realize is I have an accent, a little bit of an accent. I was born in Canada to Scottish parents and lived first 12 years in Canada and then moved to Scotland and when I was 12 and spent the next 20 years there. And then in 99, out of the blue, I got an invitation to come to San Diego, California. And it was just one of those defining moments in life where I just absolutely knew that I was supposed to come to California. And it was through a series of many just wonderful synchronicities and trusting my intuition. I was very blessed to meet up with many people in San Diego that helped me to basically get a new start in this country. And career-wise, interestingly enough, always in Scotland, I had been an employee. I had never run my own business. However, in the whole of 1998, I was putting together plans and actually I was building a website. I was going into my bank, getting a small business loan. I was in the throes of starting and launching my own training company, teaching seminars on public speaking and presentation skills, body language, sales, marketing, all these aspects and topics that I have great passion for and skill. And that was when, out of the blue, the invitation came to come to San Diego. So I knew that that definition of luck, that when preparation meets opportunity. And so all of 98, I'd essentially been preparing to be an entrepreneur. And so really, I've been an entrepreneur since I came to the States in 99. And I've always had a passion. If I look back throughout my whole different careers I've had, various different industries, there's been a theme of technology and people. So in 2007, Facebook kind of just fell into my lap to be one of the a beta tests for an app. A friend of mine had developed an app. And I was a little bit reluctant at first, but thankfully, I dived in and I just realized, my goodness, this is absolutely going to be a game changer. I just fell in love with the platform, and another defining moment in life, became an evangelist. It was like my two passions had fused, the technology and the people. And here it was, an opportunity to really connect with anybody around the world through this monstrous social network, which back then, I think they hadn't even gotten their first 100 million users. Now they're a billion.
That's insane. That's quite a remarkable story. And I want to congratulate you. Your Facebook cover photo has just changed. 90,000 fans that you have.
Yes.
You put a nice message up there. I love you all. That's great. You are definitely a people person. And that's quite a number.
Yeah. And interestingly enough, just to point out too, that I really encourage people to make good use of their personal profile as well. The fan page is where Facebook wants us to do business, but your profile you can use for professional networking, for just keeping like that top of mind awareness, that thought leadership. And I recommend people turn their follower on. It used to be called subscribe, and Facebook now call it follower. Kind of got Twitter envy. But it took me a very, very short amount of time to build a significant following over on my personal profile. I think last I looked, it's about 400,000, which is just mind-boggling to me. I don't know who all these people are. But I just view it just to kind of open people's minds to think. You've got your business page and you've got your personal profile if you want to, especially for those of you small businesses, especially for personality-based business. You can lock down your profile and use it, predominantly to connect with friends and posting content to friends. But then you can also post content to public, which is what your followers see.
And you can utilize that, I'm not sure what it's called, but that tool that allows you to post to certain groups of people, your friends, people in a certain city.
Yeah, the friend list. Yeah.
So with your experience, I want to talk about affiliate programs, because you have affiliate program and it's sort of like an underutilized thing that still a lot of small businesses don't quite understand.
Okay.
So with your experience of having your own affiliate program, what can you tell to those who are contemplating starting their own program for their business?
Sure. Well, first of all, on the technical side, you'll need some kind of way to track. I use a company called Infusionsoft, and it's a wonderful e-commerce platform. And it's designed to help people accept credit cards over the internet. And they have a built-in affiliate module so that it assigns people a unique tracking link. So I know in the back end, like when my affiliates promote for me, when they share a link for an upcoming event or a course or even a free webinar, what happens is I have all of these as, in essence, like free salespeople. They're out there evangelizing something that I'm offering, but it's such a win-win for everybody, because the system, Infusionsoft, the one that I use, it tracks it with the cookies on the computer, and it tracks who's clicked on those links, so that as and when somebody's referral makes a purchase, then I'm going to pay a commission. And commissions can range from 5% to 50% to whatever number you want. I mean, 50% is pretty generous, but it depends on your own hard costs. I pay less for a live event. I've got more hard costs, but for an online event, there's not so many hard costs. So let's say it's a $200 course, I could easily pay $50, which is 25%. And I get 150 and the affiliate gets 50. Now you could say, well, gosh, that's a big cost, but that's $150 in your pocket you would not have had if it weren't for that affiliate bringing you that lead, bringing you that paying customer. And so I'm a big fan of affiliates. I call them partners, that people just can go to partnerwithmari.com. I've had that domain for a long time. And I'm wanting to think about that. I'm partnering with them and I'm helping them to make some extra money. And of course, they're helping me and they're helping the community at large, or helping other small businesses and prospects that come my way to get some social media training.
Good info. And for those interested in looking at Mari's program, on her website, marismith.com, she's got an affiliate tab. Yeah. Or did you say partnerwithmari.com?
Yeah, it goes to the same place. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Great information. I have a question from the live chat from Jennifer Dono. What should small business owners put their money and energy into? Growing their email list or getting Facebook likes?
Ah, gosh. Hey, Jennifer. Love this question. I am a massive fan of growing your email list. I have been growing my email list since, the early 2000s. It's gone through many iterations of different focuses that I've had over the years. But for the last 6 years, it's been almost exclusively, Facebook, social media marketing. To me, the way I see it is that the social channels, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, LinkedIn, yes, there are ways to build community and build relationships and reach out and connect, build your thought leadership, build your influence. But ultimately, as a marketer and a business owner, you want to be thinking like a funnel, like you're bringing these people from these other social channels into your channel called email list. So I would recommend a little bit of both, but the dollars you're going to spend on Facebook ads, you can advertise your page to get more likes, and I would recommend that, and using the little social proof elements. You can see, John and Joe and Mary like this page. Well, they're my friends. Well, I'll like it as well. I also like sponsored stories, which are promoted posts is another good one. So there's ways that you can use Facebook's tools to get more visibility in front of the people that you've gathered as fans. Then to convert that into email subscribers, one of the best ways, hands down, I've ever found, is to offer something for free that has ideally that has a time frame. So a free teleseminar or a free webinar, something like that works tremendously for lead generation. You can also do a free report. I recommend you have something on your website that people can go and download. People call it an ethical bribe. I don't care for that term, but you understand what it means. Give me your email address and I'll give you a gift in exchange. So, but you don't really need to spend a lot of money on building your email list. You want to be building your presence on social networks and then using that presence, using that large audience reach to make compelling offers and get people onto your email list.
Excellent answer. Yeah. So with the Facebook ad campaigns, I have a lot of small business owners that I talk to who do this and they don't feel that they got their value out of it. So what tips, I know it's a huge tool with huge potential and you can get your value, but what tips do you have for small businesses who are creating their own Facebook ad campaign?
Yeah. Well, there's 3 primary components: the title, the image, and the description. Typically, the eye and the brain will take in the picture a split nanosecond before the title and the description. So image is really important, and you probably would be very, very well served to split test. So to run a couple of ads simultaneously and see which one performs better. Identical title, identical copy, but a different picture. And that's ultimately what split testing is in any context, is you're only going to change one element and see how it flies. I would say probably one of the biggest mistakes that people make when they're purchasing Facebook ads is that they're targeting too wide of a demographic. They're like, trying to have everybody. And I would do it pretty narrow, make it really, really narrow in terms of who you're targeting. Another really hot tip, and I'm going to credit this one to my girlfriend, Cindy Ratzlaff. She's at Brand U. That's her Twitter ID, Brand U. And she heard this directly from Facebook, and it just makes sense. Let's say that you have a fairly global audience, a global English-speaking audience, and so you take out an ad, and you've got the UK, Australia, US, and Canada in your target demographic. And then you're always going to have a daily budget. So you got $50 a day, that you're $20 a day or $100 a day, whatever your daily budget would be. When you place that ad, guess what? The people in Australia and then in the UK are going to use up your daily ad budget before Canada and US even gets out of bed in the morning, and so they will not see your ad. So that's a hot tip for you there. You want to do separate ad campaigns for different time zones. certainly, spread it over 3 or 4 times zone maybe, but not globally, unless you've got a massive budget. So
that's a really, really good tip, and very important if you're wondering why it may not be paying off.
Right.
I have a quick question from Twitter from Corey. So let's get that on the screen real quick. Corey Freeman. What is the #1 tip for getting started with a successful Facebook page?
Gosh, the #1 tip.
Tough one.
I'm going to give you an answer that you might not be expecting, and that is that you must be clear on your objectives. If you want to use Facebook, like we just were talking to Jennifer about, to build your email list, you're going to want to have a nicely designed opt-in form on one of your tabs, and it'll need to be the app thumbnail. Sign up for whatever the gift is, whatever the opt-in is. If it is to establish your thought leadership, you want to be posting really excellent quality content, and your own content, and getting your voice out there, getting your authority, your expertise out there. If it is what many companies use Facebook for, is an extension of their customer service, and you can be driving people there if they have any issues or challenges. I don't know what your industry is or what kind of business you're in, but Facebook lends itself very well, so does Twitter, so long as it's manned properly or womaned properly, to respond to people who are asking you questions, and then you can use it as a source of customer support. And there's been studies done, Carissa, it just blows my mind. There's studies done that brands and businesses are ignoring clear 50% of Facebook posts and comments, and also Twitter. They're ignoring them simply because they haven't got the manpower in place, or they don't have the systems in place to make sure that those are being responded to. However, when a brand or business responds to comments and posts and tweets, 80% of those people that have gotten the response go on to make a buying decision. And that just, to me, that boils down to the fundamental fact that everybody wants to know that they matter, that they're being heard, they're being listened to. Even if somebody's complaining and you say, we got your complaint, we understand, we're handling it, or, check your email.
80%'s a big number.
Huge, yeah.
That's huge.
People can find that study on simplyzesty.com.
Okay.
Zesty.com. It was this Irish social media agency, and it was done a couple of years ago now, 18 months maybe, by Mr. Youth. So yeah, awesome study.
That's great information. I'll find that and include that in the show notes for those watching this after the fact. Yeah. Let's see, my next question here. Another thing that I get asked a lot: how much time should I spend a day on social media marketing?
Well, and again, I have to give you one of those little bit of it depends. I'll let you into a secret. I was actually spending up to about almost 2 years ago now. I was spending an inordinate amount of time every day, sometimes as much as 2 hours a day, just on finding content, on trawling the web, finding the best content to schedule into Hootsuite for my tweets, and onto Facebook, etc. And then I came up with a system to delegate and outsource the finding of my content, not the posting, because it's always my voice. I don't delegate my voice, but just the curation. Now, there's a lot of tools, a lot of great tools out there that help with curation. Scoop It. There's one I like called Trapit, TRAP.IT. One of my favorites we use in my company, my whole team uses, called Sponge, SPUNDGE.com. So there's ways, even if you don't have the resources right now to pay someone to be crafting content for you, or sourcing or curating, there's systems out there that can help you to do that. So you shouldn't be needing to spend hours, looking for content. It's one of the biggest areas that could be outsourced. And then what I do is I would come in sometimes in 20-minute windows, 20 minutes in the morning, 20 in the afternoon, 20 in the evening. I'm going to catch up real quick on the engagement part. I don't delegate the engagement. It's always me and doing that part. So that's the secret there, is that you're not going to necessarily sit down and do social media in one sitting per day. Break it up, even if it's 10 minutes here, there, and everywhere. And my phone is around here somewhere. But I use my mobile phone like all the time. I'll walk around my house, wherever I am, and I'll just do a little tweet here, a little comment there, and it's amazing how much more you can fit in.
I agree.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's a really good tip. And another resource that I go to a lot for niche content is, I'm sure you know, Alltop.
Yeah, my buddy Guy. Yeah, Alto. He's done all the pre-curation for you, and it's just like there's a channel, if you will, or a magazine for each and every topic out there. And Guy always says if you can't find your topic, he'll create one for you. He'll create the one that you want for you.
And there's a lot of topics there, so you're most likely going to find what you're looking for. I have another quick question from Twitter from Jerome. And it's at the bottom of my screen, so I'm going to look kind of funny here as I'm reading this. Hold on. He wants to know if you have any recommendations on how to integrate Pinterest into your existing Facebook and Twitter social media program.
Hey, Jerome. Well, I know just enough about Pinterest to be dangerous, and I'll tell you what I do, and that is I connect Facebook and Pinterest, and it does go to your personal profile right enough. So I will strategically, when I come across content, good visual content, typically infographics, I will strategically pin those on Pinterest, knowing that that is also going out into my news feed of my Facebook friends and followers. So interestingly enough, that's one strategy that I do is I use Pinterest as a means to get more visibility on Facebook on the profile. I also have a Pinterest app on my fan page. Now, I don't do a lot of pinning, but just recently I had an infographic created for me by ShortStack. And they just did an awesome job, and I noticed it's very quickly become one of the most popular blog posts on my website because of the ability to pin. It probably has the most pins I've ever seen on any blog post because it was an infographic. So that's a hot tip for you right there, is to have your own infographic created. In fact, Carissa, I think there's actually tools that will online free tools that people can create their own infographics. There's some great resources and tools. I do not profess to be a Pinterest expert. Obviously, as with all these social sites, you have to tie it into an overarching strategy that's going to bring you business, that has to bring you leads, has to bring you a return on investment. Otherwise, it's not going to be worth your while. But I know that people have done really well with contests on Pinterest. Different links. There's videos you can put up now. So, but integrated
we'll pin
with
this video and see how it goes.
Okay.
That's a really good tip. So there you go, Jerome Shaw on Twitter. This is a hot Facebook topic right now, and I see it all over the place. Do you think Facebook's algorithm affects the number of people who see a post, which forces businesses to pay for sponsored posts?
I don't think. I know. I know for sure. Yeah, for the longest time, Facebook has actually come right out and said publicly, I think even before the company went public, that they display, on average, they're going to display your fan page content to roughly 16% of your fans. That's 1/6. So wow. Basically, it's a pretty low number. 16 out of every 100 fans Facebook's going to display your post to. However, if you look at very popular fan pages like George Takei, Star Trek actor, wonderful person, he just frequently has more people talking about his page than he has fans, which tells you that he has just an inordinate amount of engagement. Robin Sharma is another person. I really enjoy his stuff. And so the secret is to reach more people is to have highly engaging content. And what you're doing is training the algorithm. You're saying to Facebook and the more fans you reach, the more fans you reach, basically. But yeah, the company is public now, been public for a year now. They absolutely have a fiduciary duty to their shareholders to make money. So this is one of the ways they monetize. And I know it's extremely frustrating, especially to small businesses. I know that's your audience here, Carissa. And I think that the frustration lies in, to the point we were seeing earlier, I think it was Jennifer was asking, or someone was asking about where to put the dollars into email marketing or Facebook likes. And businesses that pay to get more Facebook likes, and then they get frustrated because now they're saying, well, gee, I paid to get all these fans, and now I have to pay again for my content to be seen. It's like kind of this double-edged frustration. So I'm a big believer in organic, as much organic as you can, and be thinking outside the box. Put a call to action in your emails, your newsletter, your email signature file, your tweets, anywhere else you have an audience. be thinking about, gosh, these people could also be on Facebook and they might be spending more time on Facebook. So keep putting calls to action on all your other different sources and channels where you have an audience. Bring them over to Facebook and get them chatting and conversing with you.
Excellent tip, and organic is definitely the way to go. Put your efforts there, and then all this other stuff you can work on later, but organic's very important. And of all the mediums, you know, paid Facebook ads, you get a good return on your investment there. They're not so expensive that a small business can't invest in them.
Yes, yes, exactly. And especially local businesses, because you can get just so targeted, like literally within a mile radius.
Mm-hmm.
The exact demographics of who you want to attract, and, you know, have it be compelling in that regard. In fact, for local businesses, I would recommend doing offers, placing offers on your fan page that people claim the offer and they have to physically come into your store or your, you know, premises in order to cash in and get the offer.
That's a good tip. And I know on Valentine's Day on Facebook, I saw Starbucks had promoted offers for your sweethearts, get a coffee or something. So nice. There's all sorts of ways to do that. This is my last question, and it's another honest one. It's really important though. What are your thoughts on the future of social media networks? Will Facebook remain the #1 most popular platform, or do you see a shift going towards Google Plus for businesses?
Ha! Okie dokie. Let me just look around here and see if I got my crystal ball. Well, I think that just like Google has dominated search for many, many years, and no doubt will continue to. Bing, Bing only has a small, teeny percentage, and whatever other search engines we don't even know. Google has turned into a verb. You know, you see it in movies. Oh, just Google it. We don't say just search it. We say just Google it. Facebook, you know, I suppose it is a verb. We say to people, Facebook me, and me adding me as a friend. I think Facebook will dominate social the way that Google dominates search. I don't know if Google's going to ever overtake Facebook, because in terms of the social network aspect of it, because so long as people's children, grandparents, mom, dad, family, friends, you name it, their immediate circles are primarily on Facebook, they will not migrate to another site at all, you know. And so what it could take, though, is a something completely different, a whole other third-party social network that nobody's even heard of yet, or somebody's busy dreaming up. I don't know anything about it. I'm just making this up. That's my...
You got something in your back pocket there, Mari?
Not me. No, I focused elsewhere. But, you know, I mean, if we cast our minds back when MySpace was the hottest thing, and nobody even could conceive that Facebook was coming along.
Mm-hmm.
So we fast forward, you'll come back and let's have the same chat, Carissa, in maybe 3 to 5 years time, and it could be very, very different. Who knows?
I can only imagine, because it's changed quite a bit in the past 5 years.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you so much for chatting with me tonight and answering all these questions from all these small businesses. Really quick, tell everybody where we can find you online, or if you're speaking at anything coming up.
You bet. Sure. So just marismith.com, M-A-R-I, and twitter.com/MariSmith, facebook.com/MariSmith. And as I like to say to people, just Google me. And in fact, on my website, there's an upcoming event I have. People can see I'm speaking at a social media immersion event in April here in San Diego. And I'll also be speaking at my friend Mike Stelzner's event, the Social Media Marketing World. That's in San Diego. People can find actually on my calendar of events, Carissa. They can see all the different upcoming events. I'm going to be speaking in, Arizona, Canada, the UK, and a few other places.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Mari, for joining us. You had excellent tips, and I cannot wait to continue to share them with all these entrepreneurs online. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
I don't even know where to begin on this one. There's so much information to absorb, and I have my work cut out for me with all these resources that Mari provided to type for you guys in the show notes. So this is going to be exciting. Okay, thank you everybody for watching. I appreciate you. You guys can watch the past episodes at smallbusinessesdoitbetter.com. We're on iTunes, YouTube, Blip TV, Stitcher Radio, all these different places. So feel free to catch up on all the episodes, and we will see you on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Thank you for watching.